Make the most of yourself, for that is all there is of you. Cherish that which is in you, and shut out that which is without, for much knowledge is a curse. We must live together as brothers, or perish together as fools. I kept always 2 books in my pocket, one to read, one to write in. Leadership is all about making things to move forward, not backward. Cleverness isn't always true, nor is the truth always clever. I am the shore and the ocean, awaiting myself on both sides. I speak to everyone in the same way, whether he is the garbage man or the president of the university. A person's limitations are only measured by their drive to succeed. If you fight with all your might, there is a chance of life, whereas death is certain if you cling to your corner. Cherish those who seek the truth, but beware of those who find it. It can only take a moment to waste the rest of your life. If you do not change direction, you may end up where you are heading. If ignorant both of your enemy and yourself, you are certain to be in peril. We all make choices, but in the end, our choices make us. So the important thing in a military operation is victory, not persistence. The only way you can know where the line is if you cross it. You will find the key to success under the alarm clock. The cost of being wrong is less than the cost of doing nothing. The tragedy of life is what dies inside a man while he lives. If you are not having fun, you are doing something wrong. All the fish needs is to get lost in the water. All man needs is to get lost in Tao. A clever person solves a problem. A wise person avoids it. A kingdom that has once been destroyed can never come again into being, nor can the dead ever be brought back to life. Life is a comedy to those who think, a tragedy to those who feel. Sometimes one pays most for the things one gets for nothing. If you listen to critics for too long, you will become deaf to success. If you want more, you have to require more from yourself. I don't think of all the misery, but of the beauty that still remains. Until death itself comes, no calamity need be feared. All shall be done, but it may be harder than you think. An unexciting truth may be eclipsed by a thrilling falsehood. If you make a mistake and do not correct it, this is called a mistake. He will win who, prepared himself, waits to take the enemy unprepared. Most often, you don't own your own mind. You borrow it from society. Excuses are merely nails used to build a house of failure. A conscious human is driven by their conscience, not popular opinion. Life did not intend to make us perfect. Whoever is perfect belongs in a museum. This is your life, and it's ending 1 minute at a time. Decide what you want to be, pay the price, and be what you want to be. The truth isn't always beauty, but the hunger for it is. Imagination is the highest form of research. The only real mistake is the one from which we learn nothing. Judge your success by what you had to give up in order to get it. Once we accept our limits, we go beyond them. Everything's a risk. Not doing anything is a risk. It's up to you. It's faith in something and enthusiasm for something that makes a life worth living. Rely not on the likelihood of the enemy's not coming, but on our own readiness to receive him. You see me walking away. I see myself walking towards greatness. If we have no peace, it is because we have forgotten that we belong to each other. They laugh at me because I'm different. I laugh at them because they're all the same. Remember, man does not live on bread alone. Sometimes he needs a little buttering up. Common sense is the collection of prejudices acquired by age 18. Done is better than perfect. The higher we soar, the smaller we appear to those who cannot fly. He who pursues fame at the risk of losing his self is not a scholar. What the caterpillar calls the end, the rest of the world calls a butterfly. People who belittle people will belittle people and will accomplish very little. It is in your moments of decision that your destiny is shaped. Some things in life are too complicated to explain in any language. Man is no longer an artist. He has become a work of art. Believe those who are seeking the truth. Doubt those who find it. Concern for man and his fate must always form the chief interest of all technical endeavors. Never forget this in the midst of your diagrams and equations. Life changes very quickly, in a very positive way if you let it. Flow with whatever may happen and let your mind be free. I cannot trust a man to control others who cannot control himself. Keep the fight in your veins, honey. Never let it fade. One who has few must prepare against the enemy. One who has many makes the enemy prepare against him. Patience and improvement is the key to opening the door to progress. You must let suffering speak if you want to hear the truth. The truth doesn't mind being told every once in a while. We don't have to defeat any individual but our own self. Because people don't have wings, we look for ways to fly. He who doesn't understand history is doomed to repeat it. As he learns the truth will automatically free him. Recognizing power in another does not diminish your own. Don't ever take a fence down until you know why it was put up. You are in charge of your own happiness. You don't need to wait for other people's permission to be happy. If a man takes no thought about what is distant, he will find sorrow near at hand. Never regret a day in your life. Good days give happiness. Bad days give experience. Worst days give lessons. And best days give memories. I know the joy of fishes in the river through my own joy as I go walking along the same river. Life is not about living the safer option. Life is about living a life worth living. If you wait by the river long enough, the bodies of your enemies will float by. A frog in a well cannot conceive of the ocean. Life is all about becoming a better version of yourself. A good traveler has no fixed plans and is not intent on arriving. In the cherry blossom shade, there's no such thing as a stranger. Ignorance is the night of the mind, but a night without moon or star. Success is a lousy teacher. It seduces smart people into thinking they can't lose. Weak leadership can wreck the soundest strategy. This place has only 3 exits, sir: madness and death. Man doesn't know what he is capable of until he is asked. Silence is nice to have if you wanted it, but maddening if you didn't. The reason why the universe is eternal is that it does not live for itself. It gives life to others as it transforms. Your sacred space is where you can find yourself over and over again. With regard to narrow passes, if you can occupy them first, let them be strongly garrisoned and await the advent of the enemy. The worst part of being okay is that okay is far from happy. We have 4 problems: overthinking, trust, share, love. Opening up to the wrong person is like putting ammo in their hands. Where you are in a few months depends on what you do today.